The Clarity Act failed to pass for three reasons. First, the Trump wealth paradox. Second, the bank lobby's quiet execution. And third, the runout of the congressional clock. The definitive cause of death will be listed as an inability to resolve the presidential loophole or Trump paradox. Republicans positioned the bill as historic concessions. Democrats condemned them as a lack of oversight designed to safeguard Trump's $1.4 billion crypto holdings. The bill ultimately became too radioactive to survive the 60-vote Senate filibuster threshold. Traditional financial institutions quietly drained the bill's life force. Powerhouses like the Bank Policy Institute aggressively lobbied against Clarity, demanding strict bans on stablecoin yield products. This created a secondary, fatal fracture line among moderate lawmakers. The bill ran out of oxygen just before the August 2026 recess. By pushing the vote into a chaotic September docket, the 600-plus page framework was doomed to legislative oblivion. How is the crypto market reacting? Massive derivative liquidations in anticipation of the bill stalling past the August recess has already triggered over $600 million in long liquidations across derivative exchanges as leverage is flushed from the market. Spot ETF capital outflows have reversed from recent inflows, forcing more than $460 million in net outflows from spot Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs over a 48-hour period. Bitcoin has maintained macro resistance. The collapse of legislative optimism has heavily contributed to Bitcoin's inability to break out, trapping it below its mid-$60,000 resistance zone. Aggressive institutional positioning has occurred despite the legislative standstill. Mega firms are treating the dip as a long-term entry point, exemplified by Citadel Securities investing $400 million into Crypto.com. What is the outlook for the balance of 2026? Codifying the joint SEC and CFTC guidance in March, the SEC and CFTC preemptively issued joint guidance classifying 16 major tokens, including Ethereum, Solana, and XRP, as digital commodities. Without a formal law like Clarity, this administrative framework becomes the de facto rule of the land. The SEC is getting ready to bypass Congress with its new regulation crypto. The Senate Banking Committee's framework on stablecoins could be stripped out and passed as standalone legislation through decoupled stablecoin-only bills. This will face intense pressure from the Bank Policy Institute, BPI, which continues to demand aggressive prohibitions on yield-bearing stablecoins. Finally, targeted CFTC expansion may be advanced with executive agency mandates pivoting to organic oversight.